The main purpose of this study was to determine the extent to which financial business in a company can affect business. The two companies selected are Nova Wellness Group Berhad and AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad. Both of these companies are more of a health and beauty business company that markets health supplements. Transactions from the annual report started in 2019 and 2020 successfully achieved by these two companies. We chose Nova Wellness Group Berhad and AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad because both of these companies are very popular and have impressive financial records every year. Both companies are associated with the hospitality, tourism, and wellness industry.
Hello everyone, I'm Divya Shambagam. Today I'm going to discuss about background of AMWAY Holding Berhad. AMWAY Holding Berhad is a retailer of consumer product. The company offers products such as nutrition beverage, vitamin and minerals, skincare products, beauty accessory, makeup products, protein, body care product, oral care product, and hair care product. Ever for the reason that its inception in 1976, AMWAY Malaysia had usually had one purpose in mind: to assist Malaysia stay higher lives. AMWAY has 6 enduring values upon which the enterprise is made. These 6 AMWAY values are the herbal improvement of the founder fundamentals. These values are cornerstone to the constructing the AMWAY enterprise and to initializing noble values so that it will assist human beings stay higher lives. Success in AMWAY is not measured via way of means of monetary wealth, however via way of means of the trust, appreciate and credibility the enterprise and its ABOs earn. AMWAY recognizes that every person, countless ABOs have executed achievement for the reason that they commence their AMWAY enterprise. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Norizawani binti Mansur. My matric number is H19B0428. I want to talk about company background of Nova Wellness Group Berhad. Nova Wellness Group Berhad is a Malaysia-based pharmaceutical company. The company is focused on the development, production, and sale of skincare product under its house brand and original equipment manufacture development. Nova focus on developing the product to ensure it is safe and effective using science-based evidence for the pupil. This pupil principle of ensuring the product are safe, effective, and become the lifelong guiding principle for all Nova products. Nova have 5 house brands, and these include Nova, Effectiveness, Santimes, and ST8. The house has 77 products, of which 37 are practiced by halal by the Department of Islamic Development in Malaysia. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Najahira binti Muhammad Afindi. My matric number is H980575. I'm present about trend analysis company AMWAY Malaysia Holding Berhad and Nova Wellness Berhad. First, liquidity ratio have 3 types, which is current ratio, quick ratio, and net working capital ratio. Current ratio for AMWAY company show the decrease, for Nova show the increase from 2019 to 2020. Next, quick ratio and net working capital also indicated improvement for both companies. Second is activity ratio, which is contain account receivable turnover, average collection period, inventory turnover, fixed asset turnover, and total asset turnover. Account received turnover for company AMWAY show the decrease at 2019, 10.69 to 10.36 in 2020. But for Nova company show the increase. Average collection period is to measure the average number of days to take their bills. The results show that AMWAY and Nova can get fast money. Next is inventory. Turnover for AMWAY company show the increase in sold and replace the inventory, but for Nova indicate that there is a reduction in inventory. Fixed asset turnover for both company is decreased in 2020. Total asset turnover for AMWAY company has decreased from 1.08 to 1.03 in 2020, while Nova recorded increase in 2020. Leverage or debt ratio has 3 types, which is debt ratio, debt to equity, and time interest. Debt ratio is to measure the extent of a company leverage. AMWAY company show the increase while Nova show the decrease. Debt to equity show the AMWAY has increased, but Nova show the decrease in 2020. Time interest earned show that AMWAY has decreased in 2020. Last but not least is profitability ratio, which is content return on equity, return on asset, gross profit margin, operation profit margin, and net profit margin. Return on equity of both company is increased. Return on asset show that AMWAY has decreased in 2020. And next is gross profit margin show that AMWAY decreased sharply in 2020. Operation profit margin show that AMWAY has decreased and Nova has increased in 2020. Last is net profit margin show that AMWAY has recorded decrease in 2020 and Nova increase in 2020.
So next is comparative analysis company Nova Wellness Group Berhad and company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad year 2019. So the current ratio of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is 6.9 to higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 1.61. So the quick ratio of company Nova Group Berhad is 5.99 higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad. It is reflecting the company Nova Group Berhad ability to pay its short-term obligations without relying on inventories compared with company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad. The net working capital of company Nova Group Berhad is 49,344,628 ringgit higher compared to company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad. Is the total assets turnover of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 1.08 higher than company Nova Group Berhad. The account receivable turnover of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 10.69 higher than company Nova Group Berhad. The average collection periods of company Nova is 133 days higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 64 days. The inventory turnover of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 4.08 higher than company Nova Group Berhad. The fixed assets turnover of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 4.91 higher than company Nova Group Berhad. Debt to equity ratio of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 125.97%, higher amount of debt compared with company Nova Group Berhad. Interest ratio of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 155.86, higher compared with company Nova Group Berhad. The return equity of company Nova Group Berhad is 40.23%, higher. The company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 13.08%. Return on asset of company Nova Group Berhad is 12.22%, higher. The company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad. The current ratio of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 12.03 compared to 1.42. The quick ratio of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 9.77 and 1.0. The net working capital of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is 4,679,240. The company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 117,312. Total assets turnover of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is lower than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 0.35 compared to 1.03. The account receivable turnover of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is lower than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 2.69 and 10.6. Average collection periods of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 133.38 and 34.80. The inventory turnover of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is lower than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 3.24 and 4.5. Fixed assets turnover of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is lower than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 0.85, 4 and 75. The debt ratio of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is lower than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad, which is 10.52%, while the company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 55.75%. The debt to equity ratio of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is higher, which is 99.08%, while the company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is 711.75%. The debt interest ratio by the company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is higher than company Nova Wellness Berhad, 110.78 and 13.26. Debt on equity of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is higher, which is 15.03% compared to company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad, 12.23%. Return on assets company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is higher than company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad, which is 13.45% and 6.57%. The gross profit margin of company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is lower than company Nova Wellness Group Berhad, which is 25.63%, 77.61%. The operating profit margin of company Nova Wellness Group Berhad is higher, which is 47.16%, compared to company AMWAY Malaysia Holdings Berhad is 8.11%.
So I will explain about overall analysis. COVID-19 involves high external risks, resulting in higher cash saving for managers in an emergency. More cash saving require investment funds and reduce the sustainable business development. In short term, consumer safety and health demand during the pandemic is more urgent than social demand, and the demand has fallen. Our study found that the COVID-19 outbreak has a significant negative impact on performance for both companies AMWAY Malaysia Holdings and Nova Wellness Group, studied by reducing the scale of investment and reduce total revenue. Both of these companies that were having problems during this COVID-19 season suddenly spread across the globe. There was a significant decline in enterprise performance in the 2019 to 2020 quarter. This pandemic had a negative impact of the production, operation and sales of this industry, which were ultimately reflected in the unsatisfactory rates of the return. During the first year period of these two companies operating in the following period, the company had to bear loans and the amount of the debt burden increased due to the COVID-19 pandemic problems, which slightly inhibited the company productivity. Financial constraint made the operation more difficult in an outbreak of COVID-19 disease. Based on the analysis that has been studied for both companies, namely AMWAY Malaysia Holdings and Nova Wellness Group, I as investor will choose Nova Wellness company based on analysis over 1 year from 2019 to 2020 shows the company financial data is relatively good even when experiencing some problems on the activity ratio section, where there is a problem in managing company finances to generate income using existing asset, and also the leverage collection period that is so long. However, based on the leverage ratio in the table shows that the percentage of the total debt by Nova Wellness company shows a lower percentage than AMWAY Malaysia Holdings. This can be a risk to investors because companies with high debt value are likely to lose due to the large amount of debt that has to be paid again during this COVID-19 pandemic. As an investor to a company, profit return are the things that is required expect in investing to certain company. So I choose Nova company because the amount of profit earned is higher than AMWAY Malaysia Holdings. This shows a more convincing gross profit because the amount earned to the shareholder is also higher. This will benefit me as investor because how Nova Wellness manage their sales during COVID-19 are more guaranteed.